What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be going over everything that we know about The Flash Season 8. But of course, before we get started, make sure that you guys like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment any other video suggestions for me. Now, the first thing I'm going to go over here is, of course, about the Armageddon crossover. Now, the first ever description that we got of the crossover says, in Armageddon, a powerful alien threat arrives on Earth under mysterious circumstances, and Barry and Iris and the rest of Team Flash are pushed to their limits in a desperate battle to save the world. But with time running out and fate of humanity at stake, Flash and his companions will also need to enlist the help of some old friends if the forces of good are to prevail. And I don't know if this is true or not because I personally have not seen the episode, but apparently in Legends of Tomorrow, Season 6, Episode 14, there was supposed to be something like semi setting up the crossover. Again, I don't know if this is true, it's just a rumor. And one of the first things that we actually did know about the Flash Season 8, besides the 5-episode team-up, was that Dion would be returning. We found out Dion would be returning, I think, like 1 or 2 weeks before we got all the news about the Armageddon crossover. So yeah, Dion will be returning for the Flash Season 8. But anyways, with all that being said, after we got a good description of the Armageddon crossover, we got a list of characters that would be appearing for the first time / returning. So first we have Davisia Leslie as Batwoman. She's going to be making her first appearance, as obviously Kate Kane's Batwoman is no more. Then Brandon Routh as the Atom is going to be returning, which I am really excited for. Cress Williams as Black Lightning. He should be a pretty cool character to see in this crossover. Then you have Chyler Leigh as Sentinel. I'm not exactly excited to see her return. Then we have Kat McNamara as Mia Queen. I'm actually looking forward to this because there's probably going to be a few mentions of Oliver here and there, which is going to be pretty cool to see. And there's going to probably be some pretty cool scenes between her and Barry. We have Osric Chow as Ryan Choi. I think this is, as I said before in multiple other videos, this is a great opportunity for Brandon Routh to sort of pass the torch over to Ryan Choi. Maybe Ryan Choi becomes the Atom, the second version of the Atom, I should say, in this crossover. I think that'd be cool. So yeah, those were the main heroes that are going to be returning, but now we have a couple of villains that were confirmed to return. Of course, we have Tom Cavanagh as the Reverse Flash. Not exactly sure what his role might be. And then of course Neil McDonough as Damien Dark, which is pretty random, but yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see exactly what they have in store for this crossover. You know, with the name Armageddon, you might think there's going to be a little bit of time travel involved here, of course, if you read the comics, and maybe that time travel means that Damien Dark and this Reverse Flash, maybe they're past versions of these characters, so I think that could be pretty interesting. Maybe they're going to form like a little Legion of Doom once again. I think that would also be pretty interesting to see. And then obviously we know that the main villain of this crossover is going to be Desperado, which if you guys didn't know, Desperado was one of the first Justice League villains ever, so he should be a pretty cool villain to see. We recently got some set photos from Canadagraphs that show what Desperado is basically going to look like on the show when all the CGI is put into it and all that. And he looks pretty threatening. He looks like a pretty cool villain. He looks pretty comic book accurate, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that. We also know that this is not confirmed, but it's really looking like the first time Desperado is going to attack Barry Allen or Team Flash is going to be at this little, like, convention thing that it seems like all of Team Flash is going to. We see Iris and Chester with these, like, passes on. It looks like they're going to some convention. So it looks like this is where Desperado first attacks, is when all of Team Flash is going to be at this, like, convention thing. So yeah, guys, I think that's about it for the Armageddon crossover. Now, of course, guys, please let me know if I missed anything about the Armageddon crossover. Just comment it down below if I forgot anything. But now, going on to what we know about the rest of the Flash Season 8, which, honestly, isn't a lot. So before we start that off, I just want to say something that you guys might not know about. So if you guys remember all the way back in Season 6, Episode 1 of The Flash, Barry faced a version of Godspeed, right? Apparently, that was supposed to be a different villain, and that villain that it was supposed to be is going to be appearing in The Flash Season 8. So who could this villain have been? I'm not really sure. It could be Red Death. It could be like Cobalt Blue. Who really knows? It's going to be pretty interesting to see exactly who this is going to be. Now, we also got some information a while back about some villains that are going to be appearing in The Flash Season 8. The first one we found out is going to be like a super horrifying villain, and that, of course, it's most likely that one might be Desperado as, you know, the main villain of the Armageddon Crossover event. And the next one we found out is going to be sort of like a personal villain to Iris and Barry. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see who exactly that might be. I'm really hoping it might be Eddie Thawne, whether he's Cobalt Blue or Red Death, whoever he might be. And it also says in a recent interview that this villain that Team Flash will face it will test their mortality in a highly personal and ultimately terrifying way. So I think it'd be really cool if it's like, you know, of course, somebody that they've known before. I mean, with the word personal being in there, you'd have to assume that it's going to be someone that they've met before, whether that be Eddie Thawne or someone else. I'm really excited to see who this villain's going to end up being. And just a couple more really quick things. These things aren't confirmed, of course, but I just think they should happen in Season 8 based off of teasers and all that stuff. So Eric Wallace, the showrunner for The Flash, did say that Barry has made an enemy of Godspeed now after, you know, Godspeed's locked up in prison. He's still alive. So Godspeed could very well end up returning in Season 8. Same thing with Bloodwork. Apparently Bloodwork was supposed to have somewhat of a little bit of a storyline in Season 7, but of course COVID hit, and that messed basically everything up. So maybe they'll continue doing that in Season 8 instead of Season 7. So Bloodwork and Godspeed could very well return in The Flash Season 8. But yeah, that's about all the information I've got for The Flash Season 8. Again, guys, please comment down below if I missed anything. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.